Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of GameFace SFNL Women's Footy Show, brought to you by Bendigo Banking in Caulfield Park. I'm here with Geordie, also known as Miss GameFace, as the Oakley girls like to call her. How did you go over the weekend? I know we had a big catch-up.
We did.
Geordie came to the Morty Alec Trivia Night, which I had the great job of hosting.
You did, and you know what? You did very well. I was very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. Let's get into some results from the weekend. So East Brighton played Clayton on the weekend. East Brighton got up. They kicked 7 goals, 5-47, and defeated Clayton 3 goals, 4-22. Vamps were too good early, leading by 6 goals at three-quarter time. But Clayton fought back with 3 goals in the last quarter. Rebecca Halperin kicked 4 goals for East Brighton, and Sigourney
Wilson.
That's it. Was best for Clayton. So we remain second on the ladder. So Oakley District kicked 4 goals, 6-30, and were defeated by Bentley, obviously 7 goals, 4-46. Interesting game.
Yeah, I heard.
Geordie Misford was definitely best for Oakley District. You can't say she's not a good player because she's a very, very good player.
Yeah. She wouldn't have made captain of the interleague team for no reason.
She reads the play very well. Luckily enough, we shut her down very early in the game, but God, she plays a really good game of footy. So congrats, Geordie.
And in the final game of the round, Endeavour Hills came up against Lyndhurst. So Lyndhurst again falling short, no scores at all for the day. Endeavour Hills being the top side, playing the bottom side, you're always going to expect it to be a bit of a blowout. But Endeavour Hills kicked 21 goals, 14 to total their 140 score. Amanda Hancock and Stacey Johnston both kicked 5 goals each for Endeavour Hills, and Christy McDonald was the best on ground for Lyndhurst.
So Gail actually sent me a message. Apparently the game was called off at three-quarter time.
Oh, so it's three-quarter time score.
Yeah.
Wow.
So apparently they only rocked up with 13, and obviously there might have been an injury or something, so obviously they fell short to 12. So once it pretty much gets to 12, I'm pretty sure the game has to get called off by what the bylaws say, so which is pretty unfortunate.
Well, our game didn't get called off.
Yeah, I know, which is very, very, very surprising to me.
Yeah.
All right, Gabs, how did Div 2 go this week?
So Doveton Eagles came up against South Yarra. So South Yarra are looking to be quite the strong team this year in Division 2, kicking 11 goals, 16-82 to Doveton's 5 goals, 4-34. Camille King kicked 5 goals for the Yarras. I've heard her name mentioned on the show a few times as well.
Yeah.
So keep it up, Camille. So she was the best on ground for South Yarra. And Lulu Layfield.
That is a great name.
It's nearly as good as Ruby Rock.
That is awesome. I love that, Lulu Layfield.
She was in the best for Doveton Eagles.
So Lyndale played Endeavour Hills this week.
Was the game we were debating about last week.
I think I said Endeavour Hills, you said
Lyndale. That's only a point in it.
Oh, you got it right though.
Yeah. Good work, Geordie.
So Endeavour Hills got up over Lyndale this week. Lyndale kicked 6 goals, 9-45, and were defeated by Endeavour Hills 7 goals, 4-46. Absolute thriller with not much in it all day. In the end, as I said, the Falcons got up. Alicia White was best on ground for Endeavour Hills, and Demi Atkinson was best for Lyndale.
Good. So in the final round for Division 2, we came up against Hallam at their home ground. So it was quite an evenly matched game until half-time.
Yep.
It was quite a strong wind into one goal, and it was definitely the goal scoring end.
You play at home?
No, it was at
away?
Hallam's home ground. On the day we only had 14 to start off with.
Yep.
They had 16 and quite a strong on the field and quite a strong bench. So we did ask if they wanted to donate some of their players because we thought the girls on the bench might not have.
Donate some players.
Yeah, give us some
Lend
players.
them.
Yeah, lend them. Lend us some players. Whatever you want to call it. Just because we thought their bench might not have been getting much of a run. So unfortunately they declined the request. So we were playing with 14 on the field. They were playing with a 16. We had a couple of injuries throughout the game. So we ended up in the lead at half time after we had the wind behind us in the second quarter.
14 against 16. That's awesome.
And then third quarter they had the wind, and I think that sort of gave us put us off with the lead that they got in the third quarter.
Yeah.
We also had a girl go down in the third, and maybe 2 girls could actually go down in the third. So we were playing with 12 at the end.
Yeah.
Our game didn't get called off, so it'd be interesting to know what the rules are there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you ask to be matched on the field, they can't. And if you ask for players, and if you're not matched, obviously, I think in the bylaws it says that they have to agree to that. Otherwise, they have to have they have to match you, or they give you players. But
but in the end, we're playing 12 against 16, and we just ran out of legs. They came.
Oh, of course.
In the fourth quarter, they didn't have the win, but they were still scoring against us. So they were quite a strong team on the day. Their captain Nellie Howard kicked 8 goals. So we had Mia and Hannah both interchanging in the fullback position, trying to shut her down. But she's got a great overhead mark, and she's quite strong. So she was really hard to shut down. So in our best. So Mia in fullback position, she got best on ground for the day, and Slater kicked 3 goals. So
awesome.
Yeah, she was second best on ground, and then Nat Howrah was best on ground for Hallam.
Did she rock up with her hairstyle?
No, I asked her to.
Bummed.
Talking about Slater here, so we had a trivia night the night before, which we were talking about before, and each table could decide to come in a theme. So Slater's table decided to come as 70s Spice, or a mixture of 70s and Spice Girls.
Yeah. Slater looked great.
She came as Baby Spice, which is a good segue to this. We'll show the photo now.
Yeah, we may as well.
So this is Slater, so she's our star forward, and also dominant throughout the midfield. Turned it on trivia night, and
I wasn't expecting her to wear pink, that was for sure.
Yeah.
So just want to give another big shout out to the team at Bendigo Bank Caulfield Park. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to give you the coverage of GameFace Women. So thanks, guys.
And not only do they support GameFace, they also support the local community, with 80% of their profits going back to the community. So if you want to show your support for all the help that they do, make sure you support them by switching your banking over to them.
Yeah. Do you have any fines this week?
Yeah, well, I got a fine for playing hungover.
Get rocking in home at 7 a.m.
Yeah, walking through the door at 20 to 7 in the morning. And I don't think there was many game day fines that came through. If there were fines for inaccuracy, Slater should have got them, because she kicked 3 goals, but she kicked a fair few behinds.
Did she? Maybe she was the one hungover.
Yeah, well, I think she was as well. I think there's a few girls out there that had a few too many at the trivia night, but it was a function that we hosted. It was the only function we host for the year. Yeah. So it was just a shame we had a Sunday game afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Any rumours other than the ones we've spoken about in terms of the tribunal and the...
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've got any others besides obviously Sarah, but.
Well, give us something to talk about, people. We need you to send in your stories, your finds.
It can even be about Bentley or Morty. We don't care.
If you want to shit talk us,
go for it.
Send it to Will Hunter or the GameFace show. They put the content together for us, so we'll have to read it out. So. Send in your content and we'll talk about it on the show.
So just as Gabby said, make sure you're sending in obviously your best bruises, your muddiest teammates, best spray tan, shittest kits and tattoos. Also, as Gabby said, rumours and funny stories. We do want to feature them on the show, so make sure you send them into the SFNL Women's Footy group on Facebook. And
also, if you haven't yet downloaded that little GameFace app on your phone, it's actually...
I love it.
So do I. So on the weekend, Megs, our captain, was up in Queensland doing a marathon, and she finished it with a personal best time. So good on you, Meg.
Oh, awesome. Good work.
But the Sports TG website isn't kept as up to date as the GameFace app. So she was able to keep track of the scores through the GameFace app, which was a little bit... it was showing the time, the scores in real time. Yeah.
I find it a lot easier to use. I actually quite like it.
So download the app.
Yes. Get on it.
Get on it.
So this week, Bentley have been lucky enough to get the Pride Cup this week for Pride Round.
Yeah.
So we're hosting the 3rd annual SFNL, obviously, Pride Cup this week at home. Yeah. So our men's, our women's, our 19s, our residents are all playing at home.
What's the ground like? What are your club facilities doing in terms of?
Yeah, so we've got sponsorship from St Kilda Footy Club this week, as well as obviously other industries that associate with Pride Round.
Yeah.
So we're getting our ground fully painted with obviously rainbow, arches and all that kind of stuff. We're getting goalpost covers, so they're going to be rainbow. We've actually purchased new jumpers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the men are just going to be wearing colourful socks, whereas the women, we obviously the game of the day, so we get the full kit and caboodle, which is awesome. So our men's are versing Cheltenham this week. Obviously we're versing Lyndhurst.
Yeah.
fingers crossed that we actually have a game because it's not looking good so far with
Lyndhurst are struggling with their numbers, but hopefully in the spirit of the day they'll bring a team together and try their best to win that cup. But I think you're going to be pretty strong on the day.
So our function in our room is starting at 12 o'clock, featuring Bowie, Stover and Lance
Petroni.
That's it. He's a past Hawthorn player. We're celebrating diversity and inclusion in sport for all sexes.
I have to come check it out.
Yeah.
What time are you playing?
We're playing, I think we're going to try and push the game, a little bit further forward because our lights haven't been put in yet.
Yeah.
Our local council said they were going to be done ages ago, but they haven't been, the poles haven't even been put up yet.
So you're like after the ones?
Yeah, so I think everything's already been pushed forward about half an hour. We were supposed to start at 4, but I think they're now trying to start us at 3:30.
Okay, cool.
So, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, I'm working the canteen from 12 to 2, but I'm free after that.
Yeah, sweet, beautiful.
Come check it out. So I think over the week, Will Hunter got to catch up with one of your teammates.
Yeah, he came down on Wednesday. He interviewed Krista, who kicks six in our Clayton game.
Yeah.
So her video went up during the week. But Nush, obviously Pride Round is a very, very close to her heart. So he came down to training and, had a bit of an interview with her. So this is what she had to say.
G'day guys, Will from GameFace here, and I'm down at the Bentley Footy Club ahead of their massive Pride Cup game on Saturday against the Lyndhurst Lightning in the women's and of course the Cheltenham Rosellas in the men's. I'm joined by Anushka Reinhardt, and she's happily agreed to talk to us ahead of the big game. And Anushka, it's I guess it's an experience sort of close to your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an amazing experience to be a part of. I obviously have a very personal connection to it. I have my own story about it. I came out when I was 18 and I've sort of, I'm 26 now. I've gone through a journey with that whole experience, and sport was always something that I've done my whole life, and I guess having those two intertwine was really important to me, and sport, and especially footy, has sort of given me actually a safe space to sort of be accepted in and go through that journey. I'm still going through it, today. You never really stop sharing that part of yourself with people that you meet. It's been a journey.
Yep, fantastic. It's probably not the easiest thing to do, especially at 18 years of age. Talk us through your experiences coming out, and how difficult was that?
It was really difficult. I think when I was younger, 16, 17, I always felt a little bit different. Never could really put my finger on it as to why that was. Got to 17 and 18. And sort of, realise that, yes, I am gay. That's something that is a part of me. It's not necessarily, 100% who I am. It's just a part of me. And I think when I came out, I came out to my older brother first. He was my best friend, still is, and that sort of made it a little bit easier. And I was really lucky. He had a really positive and supportive reaction. And then he told my parents, so I didn't actually do that myself. He did it for me, and they were supportive as well. So I was really lucky in that way to have a supportive family. I have a lot of stories of friends where unfortunately it wasn't, that easy, and it wasn't that supportive.
Yep.
So I count myself to be very lucky, but it was still incredibly hard. And like I've said, it never really stops. Every new person you meet,
Yep.
you share that story of yourself, and they assume you might have a partner, it might be a boyfriend or a male, and when that's not the case, you sort of come out all over again.
Yep. Yeah, it's never easy, but of course society's probably changed a little bit, I guess, in the last sort of couple of years, and especially through things like the Pride Round, and which we've seen at AFL level and now at community footy. So I guess hopefully that sort of makes it a little bit easier for people today and in future generations to make it a lot easier to come out and I guess be yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I think you look at the AFL level and the exposure that has had recently. You look at Sydney and St Kilda, obviously the two AFL clubs that have sort of paved the way with their Pride Round. You think about, 95% of people that might not have an impact on, but you really got to work towards that percentage of people who might not feel comfortable with themselves, and they get to see that on TV. They get to see it so open, and that it's not just about the LGBTIQ community. I think it's overall accepting diversity as well, not forgetting that. And I think it's sort of a safe space for them to be like, what, if I am playing footy, if I am in this environment, I'm going to get accepted. I'm not going to get judged on that. It'll be more about the sport and who I am as a person. So I think that exposure has made leaps and bounds, and it's really created a safe space in sport to create that, and that's filtered down into the community level as well now, which is fantastic. You look at the SNFL, they're adapting it now, the SEWFL adapting it as well. You know, it's fantastic, and I just hope that it continues in that way, really.
Oh, 100%. It's massively important, but you spoke of safe spaces, and obviously the Bentley Footy Club, they're getting around it this weekend with the Pride Cup for the men's and the women's. How have you found the environment of the Bentley Footy Club from the women's point of view?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but obviously it's been a really positive experience. This is my second year at Bentley playing, and me and my partner actually joined last year, and you know, we went through that whole thing of, we're joining a new footy club. You're a little bit apprehensive, I think, sometimes. You're not quite sure how people are going to react. And they were super supportive. There was no issues at all. It was almost like we're just two football players playing footy, and that's what I loved about it. Everything else didn't really matter. You go out on that field, your teammates, that's it. You support each other out there. So I really loved that aspect, and that Bentley as a club really makes you feel that way, is that when you're out there supporting each other as a team, it's the same off the field. It's that community vibe, and you know, and that's sort of what's made us feel really comfortable, and everyone's been supportive. We haven't felt any different, which has just been brilliant. Oh,
100%. And well done to the Bentley Footy Club for creating an environment like that. It's absolutely fantastic. So now it's finally Bentley's turn to host the Pride Cup here on Saturday, so it'll be absolutely fantastic. I understand you got the rainbow goalpost paddings, and there'll be a fair bit of a rainbow colour to it. Rainbow jumpers as well. Apparently they look tremendous.
Yeah, so it was really fantastic. We got together with Sarah Radlow, who's does a lot for the team as well behind the scenes, and we sort of came up with a leadership group. We had a look at a few different designs that we came up with ourselves, and we then put the vote to the girls. So it was a really communal thing, and we all voted together as a team on the final design. So I think everyone sort of has a connection to it as well, which is fantastic. And those designs, you know, they'll be finalised, and we'll wear them with pride on the day. And I think it's just such a lovely tone for the whole game to have that representation, and you know, to have those jumpers, and it's something that we get to keep as well for memory, and just to be a part of something bigger, you know.
And maybe steer clear of that middle. It's a little bit muddy. You don't want to get those dirty and ruin the colours on those, but it must fill you with a bit of pride to actually put one on and really celebrate the LGBTI community out on the footy field.
Yeah, it was one of, you know, when I heard that Bentley's actually gets to do the Pride Round. I didn't think that I would have such a big reaction within myself, but I actually did. I got really proud and a little bit emotional as well when it got shared with me, because it is close to home, and we don't necessarily always get these opportunities to be a part of something like that. So for our footy club, for Bentley to be that club that's now involved, I think just sets a great precedence for everyone, for the community, and for everyone in Bentley, that's a value that we stand for, and those are our club values, and there's no grey area with that. We're just inclusive, and we accept diversity, and at community level, what better thing is there? You know, that's what it's all about, bringing people together and sharing that experience.
Could not agree more. And I guess what's the feeling around the whole club, because the men are getting around it too, and the women as well. What's the feeling from around the whole club?
Really positive. I think we've got a really good club culture down here at the moment. A lot of the senior boys actually support the senior girls as well, even the under-19s and the juniors. I think all up, everyone's really involved. Everyone's going to have a different role to play. We're all super proud to be a part of it, and I think everyone will wear the jerseys with pride, men and women, and we all stand for the same value, which is just fantastic. I think it's so important for the whole club to get involved and not just have one team or the other, and that's what Bentley has managed to achieve for this time, and it's just amazing, really good.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess what's the overall message, or I guess what do you hope to achieve from having the Pride Cup here at Bentley?
For us to say as a club is, we're an inclusive club. We believe in community footy. Like I said, my own personal sort of, experience with it has been really positive, and that if someone younger, older, doesn't matter, you feel that is something that you might need to share with people, or it's something that was holding you back from sport. I think a lot of the time people sometimes don't start a sport because they're uncomfortable with sharing that part of themselves. You can come here, you can be supported. We're always going to be here, and for anyone in the club already, if you need anyone to talk to, we're here as well, and that's the beautiful thing about footy. I mean, accepting diversity is a given, but footy is another way of just sort of aiding that movement and really breaking down those barriers and saying, we all play footy. We're all human beings. Let's support each other. It doesn't matter what you're about or what your sexual orientation is or whatever. It's all positive.
That's awesome and amazingly said. Nusha, really appreciate you taking the time out to speak with me tonight. Be a massive day down here at Bentley on Saturday. And look, I hope it's absolutely massive and Bentley can come away with the win. Thanks again for chatting to us and best of luck.
No worries. Thanks so much for having me, and I hope that everyone comes down and please support the cause. So please come down and watch. That'd be great.
Fantastic.
No worries.
Cheers, Nosh.
Cheers.
So Endeavour Hills are coming up against East Brighton this weekend, and they're also supporting the Pride round. So the girls will be wearing special jumpers. It's great to see all the clubs getting involved with such an important aspect of women's footy or footy in
100%.
general. So if you're free Friday night, get down there and support them.
Yeah, 100%. So just recaps of obviously the games this week. We have spoken about a couple, but I'll just go over them again. So East Brighton are playing Endeavour Hills. Oakley Districts are playing Clayton, and we're obviously playing Lyndhurst.
I think the Oakley District and Clayton game should be pretty close too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Clayton seemed to do a bit better against East Brighton this week, so hopefully that they're improving.
Yeah. It'll be interesting what they do with their jumpers, because they both wear the same colours.
Clayton's got a bit of pink in it.
Yeah, a little bit, but it'd be hard to tell who's who.
Who's who in the zoo?
Yeah. I wonder if either team have an away jumper.
I don't know.
They'd have, the clash. Yeah, interesting. I think East Brighton and Endeavour Hills will be an alright game. I think East Brighton have obviously, they got as faster and,
they've got more legs.
They got more legs. You hate it when I say that. Stop it. Yeah, they've got more legs than Endeavour Hills. Yes. No. I think East Brighton will do all right. Obviously, Endeavour Hills are the ones to beat, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good matchup anyway.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're versing Lyndhurst this week, so fingers crossed that they have enough. Obviously,
I would love to see them just have enough and also beat you.
yeah. Oh, thanks. That's really nice of you. But
Come on, Lyndhurst, you can do it.
nah, it could have. I really, really do hope they have a team for the weekend, because obviously we put a lot of effort into this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
There you
happens.
go. So Division 2 this week, we're coming up against Doveton on Friday night at our home ground. So looking forward to playing them. They just had a loss to South Yarra on the weekend.
Yep.
So we were confident going up against Hallam because they'd lost to South Yarra and we'd beat South Yarra.
Yeah.
But this week we've actually got a full squad. So
That's good.
Megan's back. Our midfield's looking dominant. So hopefully we come away with a win there.
Yeah.
Murrumbina is up against Endeavour Hills 2 side. And if Murrumbina play the way that they played against us, which was quite good, that should be a pretty close game as well.
Yeah.
And then Lindale and South Yarra. Another great game. South Yarra have been going really well lately.
Yeah. Division 2 looks strong this week.
Yeah, and Hallam having the bye. So, yeah, so it'll be interesting to talk about how the weekend goes in next week's show.
Yeah, it will be. Will be. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with more SFNL women's footy.
And thanks again for the team at Bendigo Bank and Caulfield Park. They're the reason why we can bring you this show. So make sure you head down there and support them.
Get your game face on.
Get your game face on.